Talking about a lot of different categories, and then it was time to do what we call prep. So I went online to QVC.com, and I'm just going to get my big old fingerprint right off of that because I want you to see this Morganite in all her glory. There she is. Woo, come back up. So I went on QVC.com, and I was reading what some of you said about this gem because it's customer top rated. Quote, the color is perfect. So many of you are talking about the color in this gem, which when it comes to Morganite is so important because I think you're looking at the most romantic, the most feminine, the most elegant member of the beryl family, which is known as the mother of all gems because other beryl stones, and this is 7.5 on the Mohs scale, are emerald. You think of blue aquamarine, yes, that's beryl. When it's a golden yellow, it's called heliodor, but one of the rarest of the beryls is Morganite. And to me, it's the prettiest, it's the most feminine, it is the most alluring. So let me tell you about this ring, because it's a really, really big deal. We were able to get it back in for May is Gold Month, and that was actually a Herculean effort because we brought it out on Gem Day in February, and she sold out immediately. We were able to get very quickly a few more back in stock in April. Okay, I know you missed out for 2 months, but we brought her back in April and it's sold out again. This customer top rated ring set in, by the way, 14 karat rose gold. The diamonds are used for accents. So amongst those 5 gorgeous emerald cut stones, and we're seeing the emerald cut trending in diamonds and in fine gemstone jewelry, you're looking at 3 carats and 35 points of Morganite. Unfortunately, we only have 280 rings, and we start at size 5 and we go to size 11, but I already have an update on size 10 and size 11. In size 10, we have about 18, and I'm not like literally 18 rings, and in size 11, we have 5. And of course, it's Mother's Day, right around the corner. You got to think pink. One of the reviewers said she was going to get, I think she was buying a wedding ring with her husband, and they saw this and they ordered it and they were thrilled. So why Morganite? Well, Morganite, as we said, is part of the beryl family, the mother of all gems. It is one of the most beautiful and romantic gemstones out there. It's not a bright pink. If you want a bright pink gem, Morganite is not for you. Morganite is the color of pink champagne in a beautiful Waterford crystal glass. Morganite is the color of like the dewdrops on a very, very soft baby pink rose. But a lot of Morganite out there these days is very gray and a little bit dull. And so if you see Morganite, maybe other places to shop or at retail, and you notice it has a brown cast, that's why we don't have big hours of Morganite, because we are very strict about the quality of Morganite that we bring in. And to see a single center stone, this huge big center stone, which is Morganite, is spectacular at a little over $3 a day a month on Easy Pay. So why is this so hard to do? Because Morganite rarely comes in the emerald cut. All stones, start rough, and then the gem cutter has to take hold of it, and very carefully they have to cut the gem. That's where the saying, keep your nose to the grindstone, comes from, because it was actually the stone that was turning, that the people hundreds of years ago were cutting the gems, and they had to keep their faces very close to it in order to see what they were doing. So hence, keep your nose to the grindstone actually comes from the world of gems. So Morganite is so rare in this size and this shape that Maureen, our buyer, had a sample of this ring, and there was no way that we were able to do it for years. And she carried it around and she carried it around, and our team, of course, goes off to the Tucson Gem Show. They go over to Basel, Switzerland. They get in touch with the experts in the gem industry who are literally holding on to gemstones until they have enough that can be cut into a beautiful piece. And finally, in January, we had kept onto and held on to enough of the quality rough that we demand to be able to bring you this gorgeous ring. But we only have 240 to go across the wonderful fair country of ours. I noticed that 10 and 11 are very, very, very limited, but now we've got to go back to that size 5. fewer than 2 dozen remain. And if you've bought a Morganite someplace else that disappointed you because it was dull and gray and kind of cloudy, come in and take a look. I learned a long time ago that the emerald cut does not lie. You know, there's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. It's like a hall of mirrors. You're reflected everywhere. So you're looking deep into the soul of this beautiful ring, one of the most rarest forms of beryl. And on the bottom, you're seeing what people are saying about this. I mean, I know if I'm spending $625 on a ring, I expect it to be beautiful. They're talking about the color. They're talking about how ladylike it is, how beautifully balanced this ring is. And we tried to bring this to you for years, and we were able to finally bring this in at this amazing price. Now, we do have special financing. So May is gold month, as we said. All gold jewelry is going to be on 4 easy payments or more. We're lucky to have this piece of gold on 6 easy payments. That's with any credit card. However, if you have a Q card, we have special financing only on the Q card. You can purchase this item now and not pay interest if the item is paid in full within the promotional period. In this case, it's 9 months. And if you want to learn more about the Q card and special financing, you can read about it online at qvc.com/Q card. And if you don't have one, you can apply today. It's easy, and then you'll again, have this ring shipped out to you right away. You don't have to wait, but that's for 200 people. We had 300 to start the show. Now only 200 of you can pick up this beautiful ring. There's something almost fairy tale about it. And if you're wondering why it's called Morganite, like we said, it's all part of the beryl. A green beryl is emerald, a blue beryl is aquamarine, a yellow beryl is heliodor, a pink beryl is Morganite. And don't you just think putting it in the rose gold makes like all the difference in the world? I have one oval Morganite, by the way, I'll get to the story of its name in a second, that I got as a one-day only priced item during a gem show many years ago, and I love it. But it's not this big, it's not this bold, it's not this bright even. This is a spectacular Morganite for you. So here's where it gets its name. George Kunz is perhaps the most famous American when it comes to colored gemstones. Around the turn of the 20th century and beyond, he really made colored gems famous. In those days, it was really just kind of the emeralds and the rubies and the sapphires and diamonds. And he started educating everyone around the world about colored gemstones. And America really was the country that showed, you know, the royal houses in Europe what these gorgeous stones could be about. Someone said, Morganite is my new favorite gemstone. So, J.P. Morgan, the famous financier, was actually George Kunz's, he was his mentor. He helped him out. He was his patron. And so when this pink version of beryl was becoming more popular, George Kunz, who wrote The Curious Lure of Colored Gemstones, which is a book that I still go back to when I'm getting ready for my gemstones, I highly recommend it, he named this one Morganite. Now, luckily, there is a Kunzite, too, so he got a gemstone named after him. But that's where Morganite comes from. And I think it really celebrates the ingenuity of America. I think it really celebrates the fact that, you know, we were going off in a new, exciting direction. We wanted to celebrate the beauty of the new colored gemstones, and that's what this is all about. I mean, some of the designers will talk about the fact that Morganite is dichroic, so from different angles, you're getting almost a soft, different color. And like I said, it is a delicate, beautiful pink. I mean, you can see how it's even reflecting the brown around it because it's so clear and it's so beautiful. Look at it on skin. It's gorgeous. Those diamonds on the side are used as an accent. The ring is 14 karat rose gold through and through. If you're a size 4 or a size 12, we usually do talk about a ring being able to go up or down one size. You never really want to go more than that, but if you get the size 5, you could take it down to a 4. If you get the size 11, you could go up to a 12. But those guys, by the way, are the most limited. So size 5, size 11, and size 12 are beyond limited. And we have now fewer than 200 of these rings to go around. Actually, only 180 remain. May is gold month. We're not going to get tired of saying that. You know why? All gold is on 4 easy payments or more. So Ted Leach will be back in my show. Aaron Moses is going to be joining me with a beautiful 14 karat gold edition of a 100 facet diamond. And Judith Ripka had a wonderful show earlier with Antonella. She's going to be joining us as well with several gorgeous pieces, including this is 14 karat gold and diamonds from Judith Ripka on 5 easy payments of $141. Isn't this fun? Shopping for jewelry, come on, it's a blast. And then